So, I was scrolling the other day, like you do, just wasting my life on TikTok, and I came across one of those history videos about, like, the dancing plague in France. And if you don't know what the dancing plague is, it was this dancing epidemic or mania that happened in Strasbourg, what is now France, but Strasbourg, France, that was at that time in the Holy Roman Empire, that lasted from July 1518 to September 1518, where hundreds of people were just uncontrollably dancing, non-stop. They didn't take breaks, they didn't get water, they didn't get food, just non-stop dancing, uncontrollably. And it's one of those things that historians really struggle to figure out the reason to. Like, there's plenty of theories of why it happened, what could have caused it. Some people think it was mass hysteria. Some people think it was a parasite that got into the water, infected people, got passed around. Some people thought it was poison. There's plenty of theories about what caused this giant dancing frenzy. And with things like this, historical events that are so shrouded in mystery from so long ago, I think a lot of times people try to overcomplicate it. They really try to come up with, like, outlandish, just weird reasons, conspiracy theories as to why it happened. Oh, it was this. It was actually the evil, blah, blah. Like, people really overcomplicate things when there's a really simple, straightforward answer that if you just look a little bit deeper, you'll see. And with that, I'll show you what I mean. In 2018, world-famous rapper Playboi Carti released a full-length album called Die Lit. Now, you may be thinking, wait a minute, Die Lit, that came out in 2018. This happened in 1518. How does that, those timelines don't make sense? Well, Playboi Carti has a history of his music getting leaked. You can find shit from years ago just spread throughout the internet, stuff that was never meant to be out, or is supposed to be released later, that just gets leaked, because that motherfucker's password, I swear to God, is like 3 letters. There's always something getting leaked. And people are always finding new music to just put out on YouTube, put out on SoundCloud, and he just can't control it. I don't know what it is, I don't know how it's possible, but shit just gets leaked all the time. And so, I'm thinking, hey, put 2 and 2 together. Playboi Carti released his album Die Lit in 2018. He has a history of his music getting leaked well before it actually comes out. So you're telling me that it's not out of the realm of possibility that back in 1518, Carti's music got leaked to Strasbourg, France, and those people had never heard music so good before in their lives, that they just uncontrollably broke out and danced and just started to mosh. And mosh and mosh and mosh. Because people die from moshing. It's tragic. But nowadays, people die from moshing. We're used to the music. Back then, they didn't even know. They couldn't even comprehend it. They didn't even know what they were listening to. They just knew whatever it was blessing their ears. So all they could do, all their body could do to comprehend what they were listening to is bust out into moves. Bust out into dance. And so because of that, for weeks on end, no break, they were just dancing to it. That album was on repeat. They were listening to stuff that no one else had access to. Shooter, Long Time. You're telling me that these guys heard a Long Time, and all they listened to before was Beethoven? I don't know when Beethoven came out, but, like, you know what I mean? Nobody knew what they were dealing with here. And so the question becomes, okay, if Carti is what caused the dancing plague, should he be tried for the deaths of hundreds of people? Because remember, they died from uncontrollable dancing. They didn't stop, and so it really should call into question Playboi Carti's moral. His music caused that plague. And so my question is that past the statute of limitation? Should it be brought up in conversations about the quality of artist he is? I'm not saying anything has to happen, but I'm just saying we got to think about that. As Playboi Carti fans, we really have to think about that. And I think at the end of the day, all the people that listen to his music should appreciate it, should be like, man, this is good shit. But at the same time, they should always think of those people in Strasbourg, France, whose lives were tragically ended from dancing to unreleased Playboi Carti that got leaked because that motherfucker can't hold a password for shit. And so that's why I believe that Playboi Carti caused the dancing plague of 1518. And to be honest, it's the only real explanation I can see.